Hey there, fellow shipbuilders, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Voidborn. Episode 41, Fortifying the Voidship for War. One thing that I'm always surprised by is how loot dense these orbital habitats are. I mean, they're just giant treasure trove of stuff. It's pretty crazy. Feel like we need a dolly. Chem tanks are full. Shuttle's full. We're gonna leave with so much more than we came with. To the point, I might need to start loading up the grav shuttle with some of the furniture that we don't have space for. Unfortunately for me, furniture weighs a lot, so I don't know how much the grav shovel can actually accommodate. Vac suits, sure. Marine armor, vac helmets. The good vac helmet I'll hold on to, though, but most of the vac helmets I'll ditch. Shirt. I'm not launching, I'm just like, this is to make space, because we are going to absolutely fill up our stockpile full of, like, wood. The shrine got worse as I added art. Okay, yeah, it's too busy. It's too full. Went from 99 to 97. Kind of funny. It's like, how would RimWorld rate a museum? Plain walls, plain floors with a full art that takes up floor space? There we go. Growth tier 1. Poor kid. How are you? Mike, you're strong. I guess we're in microgravity, so like carrying a couch is more of a encumbrance than being swole as hell. But still pretty impressive that he just like picked up a couch. Just being outside the atmosphere sprays you with deadly amounts of radiation. So here's a... Uh-oh. I think we're gonna have to leave a little early. They're scattered, so it shouldn't actually be hard to mitigate, but I don't need to hang out here. I mean, I have enough stuff. Oh, this would be really easy to clear, though. But I'm good. I'll get going. So, in order to deal with radiation, one of the methods that is sometimes employed, or like theorized, would be using all the fecal matter built up. Like if you're doing like a long burn to, like, let's say Mars, one of the concepts they had to be able to protect people from the radiation is just to like put. So, you know, you have the sun to put, like, all your poop on the back end of your shuttle. So you literally have a poop shield. I mean, it would work. It'd be weird as hell, but it would work. So I guess I'll land at increase animal and plant life. So the concept now is I would like to start gearing up for the Mech hive clear. We haven't really had a lot of luck trying to deal with... Roy's condition, but you know. No contest, you just heard poop shield? Yes, poop shield. So if we're trying to go for the Mech hive clear, I'm going to want to start making hunter packs. Because hunter packs are going to help me thin out the mech. Checking for ores. There's lots of uranium, which is good. So there's a lot of uranium here. So I'm going to want to park around there so that I have a lot of slugs. There is also compacted plasteel. Perfect. So parking here seems awesome. Minor crash. That's fine. So the current priority is gear up to attack the Mech hive. Once and for all. What was our launch chance? I feel like our launch rating must have been really high. Let me check the message. 12% chance of a negative outcome? Yeah, we had a 78 launch, and we still... I mean, it happens, sure, but rotten luck. I can't hunt with the green shotgun. It's just too strong. It will, like, turn whatever we're shooting into a toxic mush. So I'm not going to use it right now. And I would like to maybe get these two turrets up as slugs. Any ancient dangers here that I will, like, denote and then promptly forget about? Yep, I'm, calling myself out. I know what I'm guilty of. You don't have to tell me. No, there isn't. There's the other slug. I didn't park... Oh, no, I did park near steel. Perfect. Yet another slug. And I'm going to also load up the leathers in the shuttle. There's not a lot of them, but load up some of the leathers in the shuttle because we got a lot of stuff to sell, I think. Back armor. There's apparently another one. It's too bad we were pushed out of that zone before we could really capitalize on everything. I mean, we left stuff behind, but there was really no time for it. And yeah, there's Unfishaw nearby, so we can trade with them. Fashaw. Ooh, a Balkans trader. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna cancel load. Trade with Balkies. So, High Priority Hall. I think I would like to try to befriend the Trader Guild. Well, High Priority Hall and hope that the stuff that I want to sell to the Traders Guild gets moved. There we go. So, I am at 46. We need about 30... rep. Ooh, not that. 10. That's a start. 13. 21. Maybe that's as high as we go. Well, I could part with the Gravlite. I'll part with some more Gravlite. So we're close. Maybe I gift some silver? Apparently I don't... Oh, no, I have silver. So we need 6 more for an alliance. There, we're allied. And what do they have for me to buy? Not really anything I need. Antiquarian Warhead I'm going to keep for Insurance reasons. Yeah, I don't actually want to buy anything from them. So we have 3 allies. Feels pretty solid. Uninstalling that. So set to load. I still have stuff to load because they didn't buy like suits and other things like that the city would buy. So we'll fill up the vac suits, marine armor, vac helmets, and the rest of the silver. For a second, I thought it was Schrodinger's notes. The cat's dead. The cat's alive. I don't know which. Well, there's our silverback. I'll take a shock lance. I would prefer insanity lances, but like, I'll settle for a shock lance if I have to. Oh, they have a beam repeater. Ooh, that's spicy. I'm gonna leave it off. They can be pretty tricky to use at times. Alright, that'll work. And our chem tanks are just about full still. So Icy, Gideon, and Mike, or, well, it doesn't really matter about Mike, but Icy and Gideon are idle. So I'm going to continue making chem fuel from meat. Because there's lots of game to hunt. This is an increased animal and plant life tile. So it should be pretty easy to max out. And then once we have a lot more leather from all the hunting that we're queuing up, I can also head to the other map tile. Or the other trade. Because the next hop I'd like to go to is the Mech hive, which is spicy. How good are my bead recruiters? So they're pretty strong. The real strength, I would say, is that they're very good against enemy brawlers that have shield belts, because they pierce shields. Beam weapons, the repeaters and the grazers are shield piercing. The grazers pierce thick armor and ignite targets. Their real strength, I would probably say, is like brawler swarms. And then if you have to fight enemy legionaries and centurions, they're pretty good for that too. Hey, K386, thank you for the gifted subs. Set heal route to harvest? Yeah, that's wise. We're low. Another thing we could do is, I wouldn't mind calling in a favor from the Spacer's Emporium and maybe asking for another orbital trader, like exotic goods. So once the exotic goods arrives, we'll try to buy more Insanity Lances. Insanity Lances, I think, are going to be the best weapon against the Mech hive. So here's the... Wow, they're already here. That's why I wanted an ally out of the Space Guild, because it's pretty handy to just be like, thank you! Naked speed, heavy brow, orange, plus strong immunity. Okay, don't need any of that. Words of trust, skip! Woo! Thank you! That's nice. They don't actually have a lance. Well, screw you guys. Just my luck. But Skip is awesome. So, don't get me wrong, I'll put Skip to work in this last fight. Alright, there you go, Gid. Psi focus. A little bit more. Oh, you know what? Even though the extra statue makes this room ugly, I'm going to put it in because the more art that's in there, the more his psi focus gain is, so it's worth it. Bioregeneration is done. I don't really know why we did that, because we don't need it anymore. So in case we end up getting Deathless Gene, I'm going to go for our Arco genetics, which allows us to implant Deathless if we at some point do get it. And then Lisk is just going to keep mining uranium so that we can reload our slugs. What level is Gideon? For Psycasting, he's 4. For the front of the ship, I'm going to add some barricades in. It's going to look real weird, but adding in a little bit of barricade coverage. And I'm going to move the extender out one so I can barricade here as well. Just so it's harder to shoot stuff, because I just noticed that there's granite offered up as a stone to cut for this tile. And I can turn a whole bunch of that granite into strong material for barricades that is not so flammable. Swan. I'm gonna release you. I could butcher you for meat, but I'm feeling merciful. I am rather surprised that my colonists are so bad at, like, in putting, moving things, I guess. Just like, all I want is the stonecutter table to be placed, but they just, like, leave it queued forever. Alright, we're about, well, 59 tiles away from tile max, so we're not that close to tile max, so I should be able to get all the barricades up here, protecting the front of the ship, because I intend, wherever I park in space, when it's time to take on the mech hive, obviously the front will be pointed towards danger, most. The ones on the sides and back is just for, mostly support. And I might as well use all 1,000 before we engage the hive. Should be spicy. How about a land blink to make my turrets unreachable? Yeah, the rest of my substructure could be some sort of, like, plank, landing plank. Mirroring it on both sides. So with that uranium almost done, Lisk will go over to the steel, because we need that more next. Because that's the other thing, is the Mech Hive... So, little spoiler, I'm going to be blue for the duration of the spoiler. I'm talking about the Mech Hive fight. So the way the Mech Hive fight is similar to the Gravcore mech platforms, where there's going to be, like, multiple distinct structures that we have to clear. Kind of like trying to get a mech relay. And the difficult thing is we're going to have to defend against mechs while we're also clearing out mech buildings. Meaning that we're going to be parked there for a while. So we need a lot of ammunition and a lot of turret reloading in order to survive the duration that we're up there. And because we have a very small crew, clearing it out is pretty difficult. Whoa. Just had a fuel optimizer bounty for Artie offered, and that should be more or less, yeah, sort of above us. I like it. 2 fuel optimizers means we'll be able to grab jump for 4 fuel per tile. That's pretty efficient. How many tiles do we have left? 44? Okay. These are little landing planks. And then we'll have 12 fewer. We could even hypothetically install the butcher table on one, but I don't really need to. Alright, Lisk. Keep on mining. I love how he goes for corners, just to piss me off. So given my, actually, is there a way? No. No, that's not true. I could install, like, one of these extenders off to one side. But I can't game it so that both of the uranium slugs are covered, so I'm not going to bother. But this grab field extender can honestly go anywhere. I can even have it be, like... Ooh, yeah, actually. Oh, that'd be better. I'm going to move this power cell here, and this power cell here. And that way I can actually protect this side slugs. So, Gideon, you're responsible. Move that. I did this right. No, I didn't do that right. There's a small gap there. I can fix that small gap by moving in... I would need the cell, like... here, but that blocks the hallway. Ick. Well, alright. I'll... do it like this. This is still going to cover most of the... Like, functionally, it covers the guns. So I'll switch the power cell and grav cell spots. And that way the sides will be barricaded and the centers will be, or the front will be barricaded. Best of both worlds. Probably. So now if I take a look at the connection points, only that one tile needs to be removed, and then that allows me to have barricades for the side turrets better. Don't have a cow, man. Gideon, I needed some light. All right. The mini turrets, because they're kind of like shot bait, I don't really need to cover them as much. So now it's just a matter of cutting granite, and then we'll be done. It also means we don't have like the weird blocker in the middle of our butchery zone. So I can have butchery 1 be this entire area now. It's a little more elegant, if anything. I like it. And we have 16 more tiles to play with. So one thing we're missing is, and this is going to have to be made of uranium, the side doors for these platforms back here. Because these aren't, well, actually there's nothing installed there yet, so don't even bother with that until we have these turrets. Which we might not ever get. As long as I'm pointing the front towards danger, we don't need these back turrets as much. Because they're not going to play much of a role. You like how I maintain the compacted design? Yeah, it's... I try not to waste a lot of square footage, that's for sure. It's definitely in there. And then, in order to really prepare, I'm just going to want, like, hordes of steel. We're probably going to want, like, 2k steel. And 500 at least uranium to be able to have the munition reloads to be able to deal with the mech hive. The game planks can be extended? Oh, good call. My little wings. Stupid looking wings. But that makes it obviously even harder for enemies to deal. And then one of the other benefits of this is one brawler standing there, i.e. Gideon, can block, you know, however many meleeers are trying to rush me without stopping the movement. So 6 tiles left. I don't feel pressured to try to use up every last ounce. So, probably won't. Just leave it like that. Alright, the next is getting this uranium node. Oh, actually... Did we get the plasteel that was out there? No. Let's get that next. And then once we're done with the mining, I'm going to want to manufacture like a bunch of hunter packs. So that we can just like fire them off without worrying too much about it. So hunter pack, we'll make 6. It's a lot of prep, but I think it will be worth it. I like the ship. Pretty weird, but I like it. I like how Mike has the most impressive bedroom. The 4-year-old. Gene processing is done, so Arco genetics is next, on the tiny chance that we're able to, like, buy Deathless in an Archite capsule to save Roy. It's possible, I suppose. The other thing we could try is, like, to gene rip a Sangophage, but I don't like that as a solution. Trying to explain Roy, oh, how did I survive my grave illness? Oh, you know, we murdered someone and tortured them. Feels like a bearer of bad news. You are imped. Not my problem. So if we are making hunter packs, the one thing we're going to need for the hunter packs is components. Well, and steel, but besides that, components, which we don't have a ton of. Bulk goods traders would have them if we want to call in the bulk goods and spend the rest of our silver. I mean, we might as well spend our silver that way. So maybe when it comes down to the final levels of prep, I'll buy some components. Isn't Deathless an arc gene? It is. True. I mean, we'd have to, like, buy the capsule. It wouldn't be an easy process for sure. Alright, I think at this point, I'm just going to start filling up the corpse. Like, we have so much meat. I don't think we need more. I'm going to start filling this up with, like, corpses. Although there's not a lot to hunt anyway. So we have a few more barricades to make. And then it's just a matter of, like, hauling the resources that we have into stockpile and then making sure that we have a lot of munitions ready for reload. I.e., we have a decent amount of uranium, so it's mostly going to be about making sure we have lots and lots and lots of steel. After we get this last uranium node mined. Our orbital scanner keeps picking up random stuff. I don't really care, but as you can see, there's like satellites and orbital debris and just the globes filling up with random junk. It's not a bad idea to get a little bit more granite, just so that we have, like, if the barricades blow up or get removed, we have some replacement material. We could use any other stone, is fine. It really is just trying to absorb some bullets so that the turrets blow up a lot less frequently. So I'll cut a few more stones. So now it's just steel. And what I might end up doing is I might do a hop to an adjacent tile and park next to a steel node so that Lisk can mine it without annoyance, because there's not a lot of steel nearby. And then before we leave here, I'll also grab the components that I can find. But I don't want to go running for steel because it just takes too long. What's the meaning of the heater in the freezer? So in space, if you don't do that, your freezer becomes super cold and will chill the rest of your ship. Having a freezer at like negative 75 Celsius sucks, because then that cold bleeds out to everything else. Is there an ancient danger in this map? Nope. That's probably enough granite. Fine. One more. So we don't leave the chunk in there. Alright, so for all of my idle people, just grab steel. And plasteel. And then we'll be on our merry way. It's too bad he can't counsel himself. That'd be nice. So if we can't counsel ourselves, we can, you know, drink to forget our problems. So with work drive, that's going to allow me to... I might actually want to save it for combat command. If the mechs really overwhelm us and not use it on work drive, that's probably smarter. Ooh, it's somewhat impressive. That's an upgrade. Groot hunt Megasloths for some meat. I could. I have so much meat, though. I don't... It's hard to imagine running out, given what I have. Oh, another diagonal. Oh, stupid. So the good news is, saying that I wanted roughly 500 uranium to reload the slugs, we have exactly that. We have 500 uranium, so we're in a pretty good position for uranium. So it's just a matter of trying to get the steel. And instead of buying it, which is rather expensive, I'll just hop to grab it. So once this is loaded up, we'll do a little hop anywhere, really, to get more steel. So it's an 84 quality. Not bad. What was... Oh, hold on. No. Cancel. Let's get the components. Yeah. And this will all be fodder for the hunter traps. So hunter traps are they're really useful, I think, against like swarms of scythers, which sometimes you have to face while mech hiving. The swarms of scythers can be pretty daunting for shooters. With a gangplank like we have, the other thing that we could hypothetically do is if we could just remove the foundation to prevent any sort of pathing to our ship. I don't know what would really happen if you don't have pathing to your ship. Like, if the game would fuss and be like, you broke it. But, I mean, in an emergency, it's better to do something weird like that than to be overrun by scythers. With all the mining he's been doing, he is a level 16. Although, he's forgetting that pretty quickly. Oh my god. It's like, 16, huh? You mean 15, right? Go for the hill route? Nah, I'm not gonna bother. It's not worth my time. I have over 100 meds. If I need that much to try to kill a mech hive, I'm already dead. Oh no! The only person I wouldn't want sick got sick. Oh crap. Pain block. Focus. Solar panel. You shall finish, no matter what. You won't feel the pain. You'll just keep mining. Yeah, a batch of 4 got ruined. Arco genetics is done. With that done, what do we likely need? Pulse charge munitions would be really nice for charge lances. I feel like I also research that next. How's he gonna find the diagonal? He won't. Not this time. Poor Mike. A 4-year-old's now going to be, oh, there he goes. Vomiting all over the place. Oh, you know. Little, hair of the dog. Sweet. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Starjacks.